Madhya Bhutani Labda Sharanani Cha Peda Buddhya Prakshanti Agha Shata Vishaha Hi Ahi Manyavaha Tan Gadra Vidraha Vidraha Rusha Mama Kushanti Aridanda Netuhu Me Tanu Dijavaram Tahati Me Tanu Dijavaram Tir Maria Bhutanya Labda Sharanani Chavedas Buddhya Rakshantyaga Disho Yahimanyavastam Rudra Rushama Makushantya Dandanetu Ye me tanu tijavarando te Maria Bhutanta labda sharanani chapeda putya Akshantyaga shatapisho ahi yahi manyavastan Rudra Rushama Makushantya Dandanetu Ye me tanum dijavarando te Maria Bhutantya labda sharanani chapeda putya Akshantyaga shatadvisho yahimanyavastam Rudra Rushama Makushantya Didandanetu
Ye me tanu dvijavarandu duhatir madhya Bhutanya labda sharanani chabeda buddha Drakshantyagasha tadrisho himanyavastan Gridhra rushama makushan yadhib dandhanetu
Ye me tanur dvijavarandu hati madiya Bhutanya labda sharanani cha veda bhuya Drakshantyaga shata rishoya himanyavastan Gritra rushama mahkish kushantyati thandanetu
Ye me tanu Jivajabaran Daratitir Madhya Bhutani Alabada Sarani Cha Ate Budbudya Dakshanti Aga Shatta Risohi Ahi Manyavastan Gira Rupsa Mama Kushanti Adhiranda Hetu
Ladies, are you ready?
Ye me tanho dvijavarandu vatir madhiya. Bhutanya labda sharanani chabera bhutya. Drakshantya gakshata drisho hyahimanya vastan. Ridhra rusha mamam kushant yadhidhanda netu.
एमे तनो त्विचवरन्तु हातिर्मतिया भूतानि अलप्ता सरणानि च बेतबुद्ध्या द्रक्ष्यन्ति कः स तत्र हि मानवस्तान् कृत्रा रुषा मम कुशान्ति अतितन्तनेतु
ये मे तनुर्द्वैजा वरन्तु हातिर्मादिया भूतानि अलब्धा शरणानि च वेदबुद्ध्या द्रक्ष्यन्ति अगशतादृशो हि यहि मन्यवाशतान् कृद्रारुषा मम कुशान्ति अधिदान्दनेतु
Synonyms. Yea, which persons? May, my. Tanu, body. Trijavaran, best of the Brahmanas. Jalatihi, cows. Madhya, relating to me. Bhutan, living entities. Alabdha Sharanani, defenseless. Cha, and Beta Puja, considering as different. Drakshanti, see, Agha, by sin. Shata is impaired. Trishaha, whose faculty of judgment, misspelled. He, because he, like a snake, Manvaha, angry, Tan, those same persons. Rudra, the vulture-like messengers. Rusha, angrily, Mama, my, Kushanti. Tir, Adinda of the Superintendent of Punishment, Yamraj. It can be tear or tear. We'll find out in a minute. The brahmanas, the cows, and the defenseless creatures are my own body. Those whose faculty of judgment has been impaired by their own sin look upon these as distinct from me. They are just like furious serpents, and they are angrily torn apart by the bills of the vulture-like messengers of Yamaraj, superintendent of sinful persons. So that's tear. T-A-R means tear. Okay. Report.
Purport. The defenseless creatures, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are the cows, brahmanas, women, children, and old men. Of these five, the brahmanas and the cows are especially mentioned in this verse because the Lord is always anxious about the benefit of the brahmanas and the cows and is prayed to in this way. Therefore, the Lord especially instructs that no one should be envious of these five, especially the cows and brahmanas. In some of the Bhagavatam readings, the word duhitriya is used instead of duhatiha, but in either case, the meaning is the same. Duhadiha means cow, and duhitriha can also be used to mean cow, because the cow is supposed to be the daughter of the sun god. Just as the children are taken care of by the parents, women out of class should be taken care of by the father, husband, or grown-up son. Those who are helpless must be taken care of by their respective guardians. Otherwise, the guardians will be subjected to the punishment of Yamraj, who is appointed by the Lord to supervise the activities of sinful living creatures. The assistants or messengers of Yamraj are likened here to vultures, and those who do not execute their respective duties in protecting their wards are compared to serpents. Vultures deal very seriously with serpents, and similarly, the messengers will deal very seriously with neglectful guardians.
Time people question why there has to be punishment. If God is perfect and all powerful, then why should there have to be wrong? Why should anyone have to do anything wrong? Why not everyone just live peacefully forever? Well, that's the way it is in the spiritual world. That's exactly Krishna's idea. That means if you think like that, you're thinking like Krishna, halfway. But you have to consider that he gives everyone free will. Otherwise, a happy place like that is just a fictitious, just a story. It has to be free will. Living entities have to perform such nice activities towards the Lord and towards each other by their own desire, not that they're forced to do so. If they're forced, then it cannot be love, cannot be real. It's not real if it's all. It's like if there's some contest and the contest has already been decided before the match begins. And so everyone watches it hoping to find out who's going to win, but it's already decided. It's not very pleasing. This principle of things happening it's surprising. Surprising is also a wonderful aspect of life. People often say, looking for some nice surprise party, surprise, something happens they didn't expect. These surprises, this means there's a possibility of different things happening. And when they ask, can't God stop everyone from committing sinful activities for which they have to suffer? He could do that, but that's not the way he does it. Because he wants everyone to have their free choice. If they want to love him and serve him and live in the way he lives, then that's really wonderful. They can do that. But if they don't want to live like that, if they want to try to compete with him and fight against him, then he deals with them quite severely, or seriously, as described here. As vultures deal seriously with snakes, they're very good at fighting snakes. Snake is good at fighting certain animals, but not all the animals. It's like snakes, you would think they would do well against a nice, humble animal like the peacock. But the peacocks, they defeat the snakes easily. They have a body with their talons, they can hold down the snake and he can't do anything. So, Yamaraj is the person that is assigned to punish the creatures, humans in the material world, that misbehave, misuse their independence. If one has independence, he can use it correctly or incorrectly. And when he uses it correctly, it becomes wonderful. Life becomes blissful, and one can live just like in the spiritual world. No suffering, no old age, no disease. But we have these things in the material world because we want to compete with God. We're not willing to go along with his plan. But his plan, it works so well. There, everyone lives forever. There's no such thing as death. Vaikuntha. No death. No disease. No fire. No anxiety. In the spiritual world. Wouldn't you like to be there in that? Would you like to have all these dangers? Walk on the street, someone may come and shoot you? No. We don't want these miseries, but they're there in the material world. That means for those who don't behave themselves properly, and it's correct that they should be punished. If you say they shouldn't be punished, then it means that your proposal is that the innocent should be punished. And a person who's guilty, who commits a crime, thinking he shouldn't be punished, that means the innocent who didn't commit the crime, they should be punished. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. That's not a good proposal. It's better that those who act wrongly, that they're punished. And those who act sinlessly, they're protected. Just like the cows and the Brahmins. 5 are given here, but those 2 are especially to be protected. Why? Look at the cows. Everyone wants to eat the cows. Practically. Not everyone, but some want to do that. The cows are so innocent. And they supply milk to the whole, all living entities like milk, practically. So the cows should be protected. And the Brahmanas are so dependent on God, they don't even worry about how they're going to be protected. They don't build up big supply depots with weapons. Brahmins don't do that. Brahmins, for themselves, they say Krishna. Krishna is sufficient. Take care of me. And they're right, he is. Because he never fails them. But the material world is a place where people who don't want to follow Krishna, they can also have their opportunity. So no one can claim that God is unfair. He only takes care of the good people. No, he takes care of the bad people too. He gives them a wonderful place to try to exploit others and then have to take the punishment for it. Any questions?
So when you say for themselves, why did you add that? For themselves, they think Krishna will take care. What about for others? Is there a different procedure?
Yeah, but they don't. For themselves, because they know there has to be Kshatriyas to give protection to everyone. But they themselves are not very concerned about protection because they already they're chanting the Lord's names, they're chanting the Lord's shield, mystical Narayan, Kavacha, have shields, and one can chant these mantras, and they'll get protection from the Lord and different demigods. So they don't have to worry too much about it. No one has to worry, but not everyone's Brahmin. Not everyone has that realization. So those who are not Brahmins, they should be protected also. And the protection is, ultimately, Krishna is the only one who can actually protect. Because even if you have a big army, that doesn't mean you'll be protected. Because it's the design of this world. Brahma Bhuvana Loka. Arvitanardana. I'm a page of Punarjana. Kalayama Shashta. This material world is a place of suffering. It's designed that way. That means that if one is sent to the material world, he must have done something to deserve it. He didn't get to come here by accident. He had to be misbehaving. It's like if you go to a school and they have a detention room. You know the detention room? Why do you know the detention room? Means he deserved to be in the detention room. As soon as you see someone in the detention room, Giovanni's in the detention room. Not surprised. But if one little girl, if she's in the intention room, then everyone's shocked. You wouldn't suspect. So here in the material world, everyone that comes here gets this is punishment. But Krishna, because God is all good, He not only gives punishment, but at the same time He gives education, purification. So they're taught how to stop misbehaving. This tendency to misbehave, we may carry it from lifetime to lifetime because it's our desire. But as soon as our desire changes and we want to not misbehave anymore, then we get wonderful opportunities for good association. You come across good books. You're walking down the street and someone comes up and says, take this Bhagavad Gita and read it. Your life will be changed. And you think, well, all right, I don't know how much money, whatever you can. He gets the book. You read it, and your life changes. Those are things that are brought about by previous agyata sukriti, pious activities, even if he doesn't know it. Like if sometime a devotee's driving someplace and he asks the passerby on the street, which way is 5th Street? And the man shows him which way is 5th Street. That man who gave the directions, he gets the benefit. Even though he didn't understand this was a devotee asking. He didn't care really about Krishna. All he wanted to do is be a good citizen and tell the driver where 5th Street was. But now he gets good opportunity. And if he performs voluntary pious activities, that's even better. He does it voluntarily. He knows. They tell him, this will give you knowledge of personality of Godhead. This will give you knowledge how to overcome suffering. So then he gives to that. Now he gets more benefit. And by association, he gets good opportunities. We can trace back we can get see something. Maharaj knows a lot more about us than we do. Which activities we've performed, which improper activities we perform. He knows all about it. So we have a good opportunity to surrender to Krishna in this lifetime. Don't be envious of Krishna. Don't doubt him. Don't think he's wrong. There are some who say they don't believe in God. They don't believe there's anyone perfect. Because if there was someone who's perfect, he wouldn't allow those little girls in Texas to die so young. But that's also God's arrangement. God makes perfect arrangement, but we have to understand how it's working. Other questions?
So you said this, the opportunity to meet a devotee is brought about by agyata sukriti, or unknown good activities. So I'm wondering if there's a difference between regular pious activities and service activities.
Yes, regular pious activities, varnashram, dharma, it automatically includes piety. Just like if you live, they say, you have saying here, he's a good law-abiding, good God-loving citizen. God-fearing citizen. If he's God-fearing, that means he's going to follow the scripture, the Bible. Or in Vedic culture, if he's a pious man, that means he follows the Varnashram system, follows the scriptures, the Vedas. If the Vedas say that you shouldn't eat meat, doesn't eat meat. The Vedas say you shouldn't have illicit sex, he doesn't do that. He does what the scriptures say. And if he doesn't do what the scriptures say, he's not pious. He's impious. And he'll pay the consequences. He'll suffer. But there's even a plan for all the different religions. You see, if they follow that, they gradually improve themselves. And they know that being pious, artha kama moksha, dharma artha kama moksha, 4. They know if they believe in religion and follow the scriptures, then they get artha, get wealth, get piety. So that piety brings them economic benefits. Dharma, artha, kama, and with the benefits, economic benefits, they get sense gratification. And they can fly all over the world. They can live in big houses. They like that. So their dharma is not performed purely. They're being religious with an intention. Artha kama. They want to get some benefits. They want wealth. And from the wealth, then they want sense gratification. No use having money if you can't spend it. You can't use it. They like to be able to use it. And then, after they're frustrated by all these things, or their philosophy is that I use all these things, I can use them all wrongly. And maybe they did use them wrongly. And then they still think they deserve moksha, to be liberated. They still think they're going to heaven. Yeah, sometimes people, they're not pious. So, but what do they think will happen to them? Oh, no one likes to think that his brother's going to go to hell. So they all go to heaven. He has some good things. But person in Krishna consciousness, he follows all these things properly. He uses dharma not for getting wealth, but for pleasing the Lord. And he uses artha, economic development. Like what did our Ambarish Prabhu, Ambarish Das, great grandson of Henry IV, he had hundreds of millions of dollars. Born with it. How to use it? Use it for Krishna. So that's what he used his wealth for. If we use our wealth for sense gratification, it's misuse. Then sense gratification, even sense gratification is allowed in Vedic culture. Like, you can't say that those who follow religious principles they have no enjoyment. The free thinkers, what do you call them? Those who live free life. They might say that religious people are foolish. They have to go to the church on Sunday, waste a good day. They could be out in the sunshine, having a great time. There they are in some wearing a suit, hot and stuffy, bowing down. They don't like it. They think it's a waste of time. But those who are pious, they find enjoyment there. And ultimately, they find the ultimate enjoyment. If they become more and more attracted to God and following His rules, and they realize how wonderful it is, their life becomes better. And it's even better than those who go to the bars. Fine, thank you very much. Bhagavatam ki jai.